The greater good as the Tau. It says the initial challenge is medium. I actually think these guys are very hard, one of the hardest factions early on, and then later in the game they become extremely easy, assuming you survive that long. And that's because of their city mechanics. I find it to be the most obnoxious city mechanic in the whole game, even more so than the Adeptus Sororitas. At least they allow you to focus on getting cities that specialize in one particular resource, where you're not able to really do that specialization with your Tau buildings until the very end of the game, when you can start to just overcome those loyalty penalties. So what do you have going on here for these passive abilities? You get the Utopia ability, and this is the most obnoxious thing in the world. So effectively, it's supposed to help you early on when you're making new cities, because each building type that you do within a city will give you a positive loyalty. So early on, if you don't have loyalty things upgraded, or you want to just get a bunch of diversity of buildings, you can use this early on to cheese and get a bunch of loyalty once you start getting good cities up, to rapidly allow you to expand and overcome the loyalty penalties of forming new cities. But the thing that kind of doesn't work out well with this is, for each duplicate building that you create, it actually decreases your loyalty. And so especially when you're trying to get your economy going early on in the game, you're going to be building tons of buildings that have duplicates. So you're going to be put in this weird position where you don't have a lot of resources, but yet you're trying to build one of every building so you can get the loyalty up in your faction. But then you need to then hurt the loyalty in your faction by building more buildings, and that's going to drain your economy. And then you're going to have to focus on making your buildings that give you more loyalty, and so you're going to get stuck in this perpetual cycle where you're going to have like this boom bust economy situation, where you'll be getting resources and you're going to be rapidly spending them to get your cities going, and so that really hampers your first city formation. Now, later in the game, when you're making your other cities, this is actually works out to be in your favor, because you'll be plopping down different building types and have less of a loyalty penalty while you're rapidly building up your forces. And it will also force you to diversify your resource buildings with every city, to force you to get some better starting and more well-rounded economies early on. But then late game, you kind of just can ignore this, because you get some research that really reduces the penalty, and you can just strong arm getting the buildings that you want by having the economy to support and just overwhelm the loyalty penalties here. So I hate this mechanic. It definitely really makes the start quite hard. Now, something it does is it realizes you're going to have a harder start, so it gives you the access to convert auxiliary units. So pretty much, if you the neutral units can include Vespids, which are those little bug-like guys that fly around with the blasters, or the Kroot Hounds, which are like those dog-like critters. What this allows you to do is you can literally just click this ability on your screen and then select one of those neutral units, and then at the cost of influence, you can convert them over to your side and you'll immediately take control of them. And so having a really strong melee force with the Kroot Hounds that have really fast movement and have the infiltrate ability, allowing you to scout around with those units and capture resource outposts very early, can be very powerful and really help you push early on. So this is definitely a very good ability. Unfortunately, it comes down to RNG. Is, are you starting around neutral units that you can actually convert or not? Because if not, then it's totally wasted. You have access for the greater good, so you can use your diplomatic influence to crush the enemy morale. There's no reason for you to use this on the impossible difficulty, because with their extreme loyalty buffs, they're going to be, or sorry, I'm talking about Subvert City, but what this does is allow you to use your power and authority to reduce the loyalty of the city. But because the enemy cities are going to have greater than 100 loyalty, it just doesn't do anything. So there's no reason for you to use Subvert City on the impossible difficulty. And then for the greater good, allows you to use your diplomatic influence. So again, influence resource to affect the morale of enemy units. Again, I don't know why you'd really want to use this on the hard difficulty, because you're going to be fighting, killing units anyways, and that's probably going to break their morale by itself. So no reason for you to waste your resources to do that. But if for whatever reason there's a super heavy that's on Overwatch and you want to try to reduce the damage you'll take, you can certainly use it, but I never do. They have access to the Tidewall shield line. And so what that means is when you're on cities or outposts and you're getting attacked, it'll reflect some incoming ranged damage back at the attacker, allowing it to, every time an opponent attacks you, you'll reflect damage back to them when you're in the right setting. So that can be nice for some little additional damage to the opponents. Nothing major, but every little bit can help sometimes. And then they get access to supporting fire. And effectively what this is once you get this researched, it'll increase the amount of Overwatch damage that your units will do when you have multiple units overwatching next to each other. Now, generally in this game, I think a strong offense makes up for a weak defense, so you usually want to kill units before they can attack you, and this will help you, but I like to select the units I kill and just move my guys around. But if you are waiting for the AI to just come storming at you, you're holding the line, definitely just setting up where you're allowing the Overwatch damage to go off will allow you to do more damage. And that's even more so because a lot of the biggest suits that you'll get access to in the mechs, they will suffer accuracy penalties if they move and shoot. So by doing this, it can increase the damage with the Overwatch, and it can allow you to do the maximum amount of damage. So just keep that in consideration. You do have access to marker lights, and so this allows you to mark enemy units to do more damage to them. So that helps you kill units that are stronger and you're having difficulty taking down. Now, they do have access to the bonding knife ritual. I can't say I've ever used it, but it is a tech you can unlock, and it allows you to sacrifice one of the individuals in a squad to restore the morale back to the units that are using it, and I think units even around it too. But again, I've never had to use it. I just kill a few units, and that tends to restore your morale. You do have access to drones. The big thing to know about the drones is they kind of do everything for you. They form cities, they get rid of wireweed, they can heal both vehicles and infantry. For the longest time, I actually didn't know the drones could even heal infantry because it didn't make sense to me that that would be a mechanic, so I never even tried. But on one of my prior playthroughs, people are like, why are you not using your drones to heal your infantry? Why are you only waiting on the ethereal? And I tried it out and it actually works. So definitely be aware that the drones can help your heal your infantry. And then later in the game, once you get higher tech, they can be used to give you additional support by being able to produce some other structures and things like that. One of the main abilities that you'll get through the Tau here is you'll get access to purchase resources and even add a population to a city with the cost of influence. So once you have massive amounts of influence coming in, you can use this just to help supplement your economy, especially while you're in that early to mid-game phase where you're waiting for your economy to really pop off once you get all those cities up and running. So this can definitely help you get through that. Or the other thing I really like to do with this is, especially early on in the game, is I may not have a lot of research going because I don't want to build lots of research buildings because of the penalty. So I'll be getting some influence built up, and then I'll be purchasing research with my influence because it'll be a while for me to get my heroes going, and so that's a good way to help get through the research pretty quickly because you can get a good amount of research by trading your influence. And then finally, you get access to support systems on your battle suits. And effectively what this means is as you're progressing through your research tree, there'll be several different things called support systems, and you'll just have to select which ones you want. Your infantry typically have access to one support system, and that's a random buff. So if you want to give them increased movement or increased damage against flyers or just general increased accuracy or damage reduction, you just have to decide what you want, and you can install it on your suits.
Never have the Tau been so close to extinction. Your homeworlds are surrounded. The swarm, the machines, men. To ensure the survival of the Tau, your fleet was dispatched. The fourth expansion. To claim new rich worlds. Yet the warp swallowed us. Your ship emerged alone. War-ravaged. Alien. This was not the paradise promised. But you will conquer it. For the Tau. For the greater good. For your survival.
Let's get you up to here. And I guess let's just put you to here. And I guess we can come up to here. And we'll get the arsenal to get vehicles. And I'll just kind of push up and over. This looks like a pretty decent start, actually. It's going to be slower in that we're going to try to do the triple layer.
You should not be here. You cannot be here. Your ship was an ark, carrying the races and ideas of the Tau to new worlds, following Commander Shorestrike's fleet. You should be with him and your Fourth Sphere comrades, proselytizing the greater good to new souls. Instead, in the Vashonan, the space between the stars, a dream of corruption swallowed the fleet. Your auxiliaries were lost or twisted to darkness. And in that timeless nightmare, an impossible, many-handed being saved your ship, alone of the fleet. Landed it here, on this Guela hive world, ruined by war, full of hostile aliens, and trapped by storms. As the ranking chasseur not in stasis, the ethereal Ondak has named you commander. He assigns you a new task, to take this planet for the Tau. But first, he demands that you chase down your errant auxiliaries.
Well, I'll try my best. Alright, we got that. So let's get this, and I guess some ore. Alright, this is looking pretty decent, I think. Sounds like somebody's fighting over there. Let's get you here. Let's see, he's going to cost 30 to take. So I should be able to afford him next turn.
Fusion arsenals are ready for construction.
Here, the Dower Earthcast craft a unique skimmer vehicles available to the Tau military over time. They assure you they will be able to increase their capabilities. Well, yeah, let's just get
You are studying a dissected Vespid when Kodaron of the Aircast arrives. His slender frame looms over the body, recoiling a little when he sees the signature deformities. The warped oculi, the unusual patterns grown under the mesoplarum, the oozing tergite.
It is better dead.
He says lugubriously, making the hand sign of the dove.
We are lucky we caught it amongst the pack. I am told that our orders say we should eliminate all the Malkor, but our scouts report other Vespid out there who do not bear the Montaigne. Would it not be right to at least attempt to bring them back to the way?
You agree. As they say on Sassier, the way is always open. And as you admit to Kodaron honestly, the troops will come in useful. You order the Fire Warriors to prepare their drones for war.
Alright, so we gotta get some... Alright, that'll work. Get you over to here. And we'll get the stasis. Now we can focus on getting some drones.
Shanat, all stasis pods are ready for construction.
Alright. Sounds strangely similar to Genital. I had to do a take back there for a second. Commanders like Shadow Sun and Pure Tide are rare individuals, raised by the Ethereals to be representatives of all that is good and true about the Tau. So few are they that when not deployed on campaigns, they are placed in stasis until the next time they are needed. Alright, you just stay there and heal. Let's see, and you can come up here. Attack those guys, drop a model. Then we'll get the gun drones going. Oh, you're gonna be too far away. Alright, well. Energy, I guess. Not energy. Or. And then energy down here for the extra 20%. Oof. Alright. I wonder if that will make them easier to control if they're damaged like that.
MV1 gun drones may now be deployed.
Mounting underslung twin pulse carbines, gun drones provide the controller with additional covering fire. Alright, let's do that. You can come here. You can come up here. You can take that. And then we can get that energy. And then we're going to need those pods. And actually, we can also create these bad boys. Get them over here to start attacking. And it doesn't look like we're going to be pushing over this way any further. But let's get you over here. Alright, now you can get some energy. It's got what, 2 health left? Alright, let's move you up here to activate as Overwatch. Because now you guys at full health should be able to pretty much get the kill. We'll do that. Not super excited for you to get hit, but so be it if you get taken out. It's all about being able to push.
The OM pods are ready for construction.
A sturdy housing unit shelter the Tau's greatest resources population of Tau and general workers. It is often the best defended location next to the Ethereals because without workers and families to survive and rebuild, where is the worth in fighting? Alright, well. Guess we'll take that. And then we can get the totem. Yeah. Okay, so it's 10 turn cooldown. Alright, and those hybrids are not auxiliaries, so I cannot do anything with that. Can do this and that. Well, I do still need to use a marker light. I can only do that within 2 tiles, it looks like. Let's see, took back my influence. Alright, well. Oh, I can't put it on a building? Interesting. Well, let's get this going. Alright, well, we're pushing around a little bit here.
Town totems are ready for construction.
Alright, this is a simple statue of Unva, the ethereal supreme, showing him supporting the way, sculpted as a portal through which all the races of the galaxy flow. Embedded in its bone white surface are listening devices to track these sentiment of the population and isolate dissident elements. Alright. And we'll get that builder drone going. And then we're going to need to get our population up like we're doing. Actually, I might need more food too. Ooh, that's a Castellan. That's going to be problematic. Alright, well, I guess we can push that, but I don't think we have any -10s left, do we? No. So I guess that means we're going to have to put some more food here. Got 3 turns till we can capture another Vespid. Honestly, I don't mind the fact that I'm spending influence to just capture these guys and getting them killed, because it just allows me to keep creeping and getting some ideas of what's going on here. That's pretty strong up there. I don't think I'm going to be able to take those. This guy has range 2, right? Yeah. Actually, if I do this...
The Vespid unit you recruited has been thoroughly tested by the Earthcast technicians and cleared. The taint seems to have affected only a minority of the auxiliary races. Your relief is unbounded. For you, the Tau was always more than the Tau race.
Then we should get a free unit, which we just did, to help us push. Alright, so we got 2 more turns, but the problem is I can't really push through this Castellan, because I think he's going to be able strong enough to kill all my guys. And I can't push up here, because they're going to be strong enough to kill my guys too.
your cell, your meditations are interrupted. That familiar, cloying scent heralds the first amongst your archetyrials, the ruthless Ondak.
Commander, the stars are strange.
Says Ondak.
We are adrift in space and time, and the homeworlds are lost. We may be the last of the Tau.
You feel the truth of what he says. He turns an iron gaze on you.
So when we requested the elimination of the auxiliaries, it was because we could not afford to gamble. Your actions risked our entire civilization, even if they seem to bolster the good.
He orders you to purge any auxiliary or Tau that displays any signs of corruption, physical, mental, or spiritual. He leaves, but pauses on the threshold.
And you need better guidance. Retrieve the stasis pods.
Alright, and that'll get us some influence. So for you, I guess we just gotta pull you out of there. They still got an action left, so we'll keep you where you are. See if he wants to fight you or not. Alright, we should be good on buildings. Oh, they decided they did want to come fight us.
Builder drones may now be deployed.
Tau drones are small, hovering AI machines that fulfill a large variety of support functions, unlike the Imperium's AIs, which are simple and heavily constrained following the Men of Iron Rebellion. Tau AIs are intelligent and cooperate independently. Builder drones are the Earthcast flavor. Alright, well, let's keep looking around. You can heal. And I'm going to need one of those. And I am definitely going to need some foundries to help me produce things quicker. Maybe I should have actually captured that Vespid. Now there must be something down here, because these guys are injured. Ooh. I think we better get out of here. Is that... I can't tell who that is. I guess we'll just push up to the northwest then. Not really hearing a whole lot others.
Let's go, warriors!
Do a little something like that. Get you there. And you've got 2 turns until you're ready for your next thing. So, if that's the case, let's get your that's 3, huh? How about you? That's 3 too. Alright, let's get you that instead. And start pushing over this way. I mean, at least with this, I should be able to heal using those drones. Vespid almost killed.
The Firecast serve with pride. Orders received.
Get you up here, get you to here.
Fire team standing by. Your orders?
Alright, I do not want to try to get some Vespids that are almost dead. If I get dissemination, then I can start to come up here and get some tech. So that should be good. Ooh, we got Tyranids over this way.
Brachioran and Foundries are ready for construction.
The Brachioran might not be suited for combat after all. They are mostly closely resemble crustaceans similar to tiny Terran crabs, but their compact form conceals a fierce technical intelligence ideally suited to the delicate construction. In this foundry, teams of Brachioran can aid the Earthcast in building structures from micro to micro level. Macro to micro level.
What do you need? On the way. Shazla,
Good.
ready for action. We are in motion.
Oh shit, I did
Go
not
ahead.
mean to do that.
Your orders?
Hopefully he will not kill you. I mean, my hope is that if I keep you guys over here, it should stop the Tyranids from pushing, but he should pretty easily be able to overwhelm those guys. Oof. That is not what I was expecting to happen.
Take them out. Let's pulse fire. What do you need? Deploying gun drones.
Alright, let's do
Go
that.
ahead. Gun drones online.
Let's get you over here. Alright, you need to get this going. And my poor drones are going to be destroyed. Alright, what's this one do? Damage? Maybe what they'll do is kill these drones, it'll make that morale drop, and then this guy can enslave them, and then, I don't know, this guy will attack somebody else, maybe?
What do you need?
Yeah, so they, or he can just mentally control you, I guess, without having to worry about it.
Shut down their ranks. Give them a volley.
So it looks like that enslaver was able to do it without worrying about anything.
Shazla, ready for action.
Alright, so they're kind of moving this way, hopefully not. 'Cause I would like to keep pushing. I'm blocked now from this direction. Oof.
Fire team standing by.
Alright, heal those guys.
For the greater good, it is our path.
Alright, so hopefully we can hold this. Yeah, we're definitely going to need more population over here. I don't really want it to be on the 40. I guess we can take over this area and then that can stay as our energy. Get some ore over here. I guess we'll just go south and to the east, maybe?
They would not bend the knee. They would not understand the way. And even as they deftly negotiated, they were plotting our downfall. But when the time came for war, they stood against us with fine martial prowess. If only we had been able to bring them to the way. No border will limit the spread of the Tau Fa.
Once a city is a certain size, the Watercast begins diplomatic offensives to bring more civilians to the way, bombarding them with tailored propaganda of every form, from pamphlet drops to vid, rad, and loud hailer broadcasts.
For the greater good, shoot down their ranks.
Yeah, give me back my gun drone. Alright, we'll move you up to here. You can heal those guys. And now let's get Prophetize. That way we can get some more population to help our cities going. Not super happy that the Tyranids are so close to me. I mean, really down here I guess would be where the next city is, but that's going to put me close to... Oh shit, I got Tau to my south.
Fire team standing by. Let's go, warriors. We see the location.
Alright, you're here. So, let's go there. So we're going to have to get some food. And we can go here for that energy. And then we'll go here for increasing our population size. I think that's probably the best way to do this. It's going to take us 3 turns, but... Alright, so that'll be energy and ore. If I came down here, I could get all of those. Wouldn't mind having a food source.
What do you need? Your orders? It is our path.
Kind of feel like... Alright, that is not captured, that's just weed. You know what, I probably should not be doing it this way. Because this is really slowing down my growth. Oh, whatever. It is kind of a stupid way of that I'm doing this. Because what's happening is my growth is really low.
Fire team standing by. The Firecast serve with pride. The Firecast serve with pride.
is really low because I'm almost at max population, so that'll really stymie your growth rate when that happens. And then the more free real estate you have, the higher your growth rate will be. Because of free real estate, baby.
Shazla, ready for action.
Supporting fire. Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's one of their traits.
Fire team standing by.
Let's run you over.
Let's
Run
go,
you over
warriors.
here.
What do you need?
Let's get you up here. You can go there. You can attack here. Alright, so you're going to need food. And then we're going to need population. And then we're going to need probably some energy. And then some more ore. So I think that'll be the rotation. And hopefully your zone of control will make it... yeah, because you got zone of control here, and I don't think you should be able to run away. So that should be okay. To help me lock this down.
The Guela aren't defeated just on the field of battle. In the ruins of their cities, the survivors live better now than they ever have before. In the wastes, the billion survivors of the Orc invasion praise a blue-skinned god as their savior. And their children grow knowing nothing of the Emperor, but only of Onvar and the Tau. We will shelter all who pledge to the greater good.
Outside in the wastes live billion survivors of Gladius Prime, but the Tau doesn't discriminate against the Grula. Should you persuade them to join, they will surely contribute to our city and save this world. Alright, well, let's get you up here. You can take that. You can come up to here. Take that. You can come over here. Attack there. Bring you up to here. Let's just have you fly down here for the additional attacks. Still not enough to get the kill, though. I probably should come up here and take this. Don't know what kind of resource it is.
Go ahead.
There's quite a bit of guys over here. Whoops, what did I just do? Alright, let's get the crisis suit. Building. I'm actually surprised I haven't been seeing any more auxiliaries. Sometimes the map just seems like it's full of them.
Fire team standing by.
Alright, well, I probably don't want to get closer.
Go ahead.
Alright, you can attack there.
Go ahead. It is our path. Ready. Fire. Attack.
I'll bring you down to here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I still can't see anybody over here. I definitely feel like I need to be getting another city going. I have enough resources. The question is just where do I want to put it? If I put it down here, and those guys start flying around, I'm going to be in trouble. I mean, that would be nice for ore and energy. That's just ore by itself. I guess the question is, are guys going to come over from this way or not? here.
Fire team standing by. Deploying gun drones.
Alright, let's just take this. So I don't have to worry about them.
Shazla, ready for action. Gun drones online.
Alright, Vespids are here. Let's just finish those guys off so I don't have to worry about them anymore. Let's bring you over to here. Alright, you got 10. Alright, let's get your loyalty after that. Then we'll get another ore. And then we're probably gonna need more food. Then I probably should get the research going, right? Because we're pretty far behind on that. If I built a city here... Well, this is going to take that anyways. So then really I should be like here. But then if that Tau comes for me, I'm going to be in trouble. I don't really have a lot of food is the issue.
Go ahead. Orders received. Lay down pulse fire. What do you need? Fire team standing by. Attack.
Alright, you can come there. Come here. You can come over here, and then we'll heal this guy back up to full. Attack there. Thought somebody else still had to move. You. Well, let's just try to explore over this way, I guess, see what's going on. Yeah, see, I'm gonna just need lots of resources. In fact...
Fellow Tau, yet our hails go unanswered, and our ethereals tells us that they walk another way. Perhaps that of the traitor Farsight, perhaps a deeper, stranger betrayal. They are as unconvertible as an orc, and twice as galling, as they should be fighting alongside us. Their very existence is an affront to the way. Javeza crisis centers are ready for construction.
Alright, once a fire warrior has passed the trial by fire and proven themselves, they are allowed to don the Hurax Evir, or Mantle of Heroes, and pilot a battlesuit. Here, the iconic Tau machines are assembled by the Earthcast, with brachiorn technicians working on the fine internal mechanisms. Damn. Well, I think we got some problems here.
It is our path. Fire team standing by.
Let's keep moving you guys forward.
What do you need?
See, the big thing is I just don't want you to get attacked by the Kroot. we can keep pushing this way, I think. Alright, and now let's try to get this sky gunship, because with all my food, or all my ore, I could make some of these gunships, and that would dramatically improve my pushing ability. Alright, and I guess we don't have to worry about the Eldar taking this because they've already been defeated, right?
Go ahead. We see the location. Moving out. Attack.
Alright, well, let's get you over to here. Come over this way.
Shazla, ready for action.
So again, if I come down here and get a city, it's going to put us in an awkward position. Alright, get that. And I guess we'll just take this here. There's nothing special about that location. I mean, I'm hoping the tower going to go somewhere else. I mean, that city's already up to 7. I mean, I'm going to have to get more research because it's going to take me 5 turns for that. I have another 5 turns for the missiles. Another 4 turns for the ability to go through difficult terrain at this rate. Get you up to here.
The Firecast serve with pride for the greater good. On the way, take him out.
Alright, get that going. Yeah, I'm a little worried about building a base over here if these guys are all here. Yeah, these Sinumen are such a pain in the ass, too. Yeah, see, because I want to get this going. I want to just start getting a ton of... Alright, so you are here.
Go ahead. The Firecast serve with pride. Your orders? Face down those hostiles.
They're down. Let's keep you healthy. Let's do something like that. You can come over here. That's a little bit of positive food, actually. So should I just... Well, if I bring you... Let's take it to here, I guess. So I've got shield drones over here. 5 turns until you're ready. Alright, those guys are fighting over here. This is probably just a really bad spot to be right now. So let's just start pulling you back, I think. I think that's probably the safest way of playing this.
Shut down their ranks. The Firecast serve with pride.
Alright, these guys got their slip space thing going.
Understood.
So let's get you up here, get you to there. You're coming here. And then we're going to need to build more population, more loyalty. Not quite sure how the Tyranid is getting so much population so quick. But yeah, if I could take out that city, then I can push over this way a little bit safer. Alright, so looks like the tower forming cities over this way. So that might be a little problematic for us. Alright, so you heal these guys.
Go ahead.
Alright, and you come over here.
Lay down pulse fire. Your orders? What do you need? Shazla, ready for action. The Firecast serve with pride. Firm and greater good.
Alright, got something like that. Now, I could build that. I guess the question is should I? I will. Just to keep things going. Alright, and I think this just gives no, it's invulnerable damage reduction, not just range. So my marker lights will not be able to nullify that completely. Alright, well if they're coming this way, we're going to try to come up this way and take this stuff and get an idea of what's going on with those Tyranids. Honestly, if the Cynumen are left behind, they may just harass the AI and then they can't capture these things back because they're hover units, flyers. I guess I should say they're truly flyers and not, Oh, you
Skyray
bastard.
gunships, ready for manufacture.
Well, the Hammerhead is a dynamic hunter. Its sister gunship, the TX-78 Skyray, is a far more sinister killer, mounting a complement of seeker missiles beneath its upswept ordnance racks. The Skyray typically lurks behind the main Tau advance, remaining mute and concealed until the moment it comes to strike. The Skyray often fulfills a supporting role with its ballistic arsenal, can be called in by any Tau with a marker light to carry out a remote strike on a sufficiently valuable target. Alright, so you've now done that.
What do you need? Attack! What do you need? It is our path. Take them out.
Alright, you heal yourself. Now let's get the Seeker Missile to help improve your... damage. I feel like I'm just stuck in this area in perpetuity right now. It's like in 40 turns I'm almost up to turn 5, which is what, or level 5, which is the level the AI starts out with its soldiers at. I mean, I feel like I should be doing some of my story campaigns here too. Well, let's get you up here.
Ready for action. Moving out. The Firecast serve with pride.
You can come up here and attack those guys, get the kill. You've got 2 turns till that's done. 1 turn till the population's better here. My research is up to 24 per turn. Needs to be way higher than that. Let's see these. Yeah, see these guys are up to 16 per turn right now, which is not great. So we'll do that. Energy building.
Here? We should be thankful that this offshoot is not the numberless, shifting foe that Supreme Admiral Korovonan defeated generations ago. Instead, this seems to be an isolated strain, cut off by the space domes above. If we stay at range and stay flexible, we should triumph.
Oh, right there. I'm like, where are the Tyranids? I don't even see them. Alright, well,
Fire team standing by. Shazla,
let's start
ready for
moving you
action.
guys over. Get you over to here. Alright, well, hopefully they don't come fight me. Because I am sitting here trying to behave myself and get a base going. But yeah, I'm definitely going to need to take out that area here. Let's see here. Cannot overwatch. Increases armor penetration. Floating death. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, yeah, we got problems here.
Seeker missile systems have been installed.
Seeker missiles are one-shot weapons, usually guided to targets by marker lights, so they can be fired independently as well.
Shazla, ready for action. For the greater good. On the way. Come assault.
Let's get you over to here. Alright, you have now finished your thing over here. So let's get you up to here. We're going to need to start getting you some loyalty. We'll get the sensor spikes, or sensor spines. That way you can move through difficult terrain without any issues. Alright. And then, what do I want to do? Guess we can come up to here. Actually, that'll get you to +5, so let's just get you to here and get you some of that research.
Some defected, most died. Broadcasts show their pitiful machines wrecked, their leaders dead. The crippled machine survivors supplicating our watercast for forgiveness and aid, their Omnisire forgotten.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I think the Tyranids are going to be the ones I'm most worried about right now. I mean, the other tower, not good either. I mean, I really should also just get going on my story objective here too and get some free resources.
Your orders?
Alright.
What do you need? Go ahead, on the way. Moving out. Face down those hostiles. Attack. Shazla, ready for
Get you
action.
here.
Shazla, ready for action. What do you need?
Alright, just keep attacking. Alright, you're here. So let's do that. And we'll get you one of these. And one of those. And then capture that. And then you need to come do that so we stay in the right direction. And if you wanted to kill some Vespids, I wouldn't be terribly upset. Because I could use that food right now. But this is the problem I have, is now I want to start getting research, even though this is my best base for building an army. Because, I mean, I have plenty of ore, so I really should start getting my elite armies going. I seem to remember it requires quite a bit of research. Alright.
Go ahead. We see the
Let's
location.
get you up to here. Pull you
Your
back.
orders?
You can heal
Your orders.
there. You come up here.
Moving out. For the greater good.
do something like that. Alright, it's going to be 2 turns for you to get up and running. So let's get this going. And then you can get this food. And we're going to need more electricity, which can be done here. Alright, hopefully your zone of control will stop them from moving too far, but I think you'll be able to just fly around here. Yeah, ignore zone of control of ground units, that's what I thought. So he'll probably just fly away. Alright, and if I come over here, I can increase our influence more, so I probably should be doing that as well.
What do you need? Your orders? Understood. Attack!
Alright, let's get you over to here.
On the way!
Alright, and let's end turn again. Can't believe how many turns it took me to make it through this little choke point here. Alright, that'll help with you. You're pretty much good to almost get started. You're still doing your thing. Keep pushing here.
This terrain will not be an issue for our vehicles.
Alright, sensor spine are used to feed data to advanced ground following flight control systems, plotting safe courses through the treacherous terrain, and avoid traps and mines that might lie hidden from sight. Alright, well, let's get that going right away.
Your orders?
Let's get you up to here. Let's bring you up to here. Actually, let's not do that right now. We'll bring you over to here. You can come up to here and attack there. And now you can come up here and kill those guys. And we'll get extra vehicle armor. And you can do that. Yeah, let's come here and then over there. Actually, we're going to need energy. Well, are we? Because isn't this... Yeah, it's going to be 2 turns before we got the energy. Alright, let's get the energy then. So we'll just come over here. Or maybe we just do that this turn, since we're going to be in negative energy deficits. Yeah, we're going to be at negative energy deficits because of our population. Or not our population, but because of all of our buildings. And we're going to be running low on population, so because I don't have enough population centers going. Oh man, these guys just keep coming. Alright, get me one of those. And then you can come over to here. Now, should I go there? Yeah, let's get you here afterwards, I guess.
Go ahead.
Let's keep you there and keep you safe.
Shazla, ready for action.
Alright, those guys are dead.
Orders received.
Alright, and you are fine for your population. You are here, so you're going to get that with the energy. And then the question is what do I want next? I think getting you over here to do more population and loyalty is probably the way to go. And then I can just focus on getting ore here. While this one is stalling out here, doing energy. I think that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, this is all Tyranids up here. So we'll kill this, capture that. And pull you down to here and keep exploring and seeing what we can find. And I need to get a hero location here one of these days as well to advance our story further. So that's always something to think about as well.
Gunship hulls have been reinforced.
Unlike the stagnant tech priests of Mars, the Earth casts are endlessly innovating and creating. The Voitok is the material that is the current peak of their creativity, a hard, ultra-dense, nano-crystalline metal ally used sparingly on the finest creations.
Go ahead, moving out. Let's go, pulse fire.
Alright, let's pull you out of there. And then we'll get the battle... No, the... Get the ability to produce aircraft. And you're up to 21, so that should be fine. Yes, I think that should be good. Alright, so we'll finish our next turn, and then I think I'm going to call quits there for the day. I'm feeling pretty good with our start here. The big thing is I just got to take this out before Tyranids start pushing through. Then we got to just make sure we don't crash into the Tau and aggro them onto us, because that would be a real bad day. And thankfully it looks like we got pushed past this area before the Tyranids found us, and then we really need to start getting our army going here too. I mean, we're at 1,000, so we just need to start pumping out those guys. Alright, this is what? Loyalty? That's actually good too. I'm happy with that.
The Firecast serve with pride.
So let's get you over there.
On the way. Attack.
Alright, get you here.
Your orders. Lay down pulse fire.
Okay, good. Now for you, we're going to do 2 population and that. And then we're just going to start focusing on iron, I think. Or I could start making an army. Maybe I'll actually use you to make the heroes. And we can advance our story campaign. Let's do that, actually. Change in plan there. And then you are building these. And then we're going to need more energy. And we're going to need more food. So let's do something like that. And then you can jump over here next time, and we'll keep advancing with you. So yes, I think this looks pretty good so far. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm a little worried about this city getting so strong. So the question is do I kill this city and then come up and take this one out, or is that going to be too greedy? But we need to start pushing this. So we'll get that. And then here is the broadside, so that's our ultimate. Alright, and then we got the heroes here. Yeah, that's for storm surges. Oh, that would be good for our... So maybe we're going to do these 2, because I don't really have much for food. And that'll help us get to our... Really increase our abilities. This will help us. Don't care so much about that. And we'll finally be over to here. So yeah, we definitely got to get this stuff going here. Yeah, that would really help too. Alright, I think we got ideas of what to do. We're blowing through our resources, but nothing too terrible. The question is, where is their base down here? Because I would like to push this way as well, but I think Tyranids are going to be our biggest danger right now, so I think we should focus on them once we start making an army. Because I definitely got to get that started, so next time it's going to be get this city up and running, progress through Chapter 2 and probably Chapter 3, hopefully. Because we usually have to start doing missions where it's like, hey, you've got to start finding these ruins of Vol to start exploring, so hopefully we can get that going. Yeah, so we definitely got to get this system up and running here, because we are kind of lollygagging a little bit to the point where it's actually very dangerous not to have at least a little bit of a standing army, because these guys are just meant for creeping, but they're gonna rapidly become irrelevant. Yeah, see, because this is going to be at least 2 cities up here, so that's going to be like one big blob, so maybe actually come over here so it doesn't get a flyer and see that city, because that'll aggro everybody onto me. So I think that's the plan, is kill this city next time, move up to here, maybe attack that city, continue to push through the middle, advance the story campaign, get some bonus influence, get over to here. Yeah, so I think we got our things cut out for us next time. So with that, I'm going to sign off for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.